Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into some timeless wisdom from one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius. In this video, we're exploring 12 reasons to distance yourself from someone through the lens of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius believed that our happiness and peace of mind depend largely on the people we surround ourselves with. But when relationships become toxic or harmful to our well-being, the Stoics teach us the value of stepping back, not out of anger or judgment, but to preserve our inner tranquility and virtue. So if you've ever wondered when and why it might be necessary to create some space in your relationships, stay tuned as we break down these 12 reasons according to Stoic philosophy. No one. Toxic influence. Toxic influence refers to the detrimental effects that certain individuals or environments can exert on our mental, emotional, and social well-being. Such influences often stem from people who exhibit manipulative, controlling, or excessively critical behavior. They may undermine others through negativity, constant judgment, or attempts to instill feelings of guilt or inadequacy. The impact of toxic influence can manifest in various ways, leading individuals to experience anxiety, low self-esteem, or feelings of isolation. This kind of influence can be particularly harmful in close relationships, such as those with family members, friends, or romantic partners, where the emotional bonds can complicate the ability to recognize and address unhealthy behaviors. One key characteristic of toxic influence is its insidious nature. It often begins subtly, with small, seemingly innocuous remarks or behaviors that gradually escalate into more significant forms of manipulation or abuse. For example, a friend may initially offer constructive criticism, but over time, this can evolve into a pattern of belittling comments that erode one's confidence. Furthermore, toxic influences can perpetuate a cycle of negativity, where individuals find themselves increasingly drawn to environments or relationships that reinforce unhealthy patterns, making it challenging to break free from their grip. To counteract toxic influence, self-awareness is essential. Recognizing the signs of toxic behavior is the first step toward setting boundaries and making informed choices about whom to engage with. It's crucial to cultivate a support system comprised of positive influences, people who uplift, encourage, and inspire growth. By prioritizing healthy relationships and actively distancing oneself from toxic influences, individuals can foster a more positive environment conducive to emotional resilience and personal growth. Ultimately, understanding and addressing toxic influence empowers individuals to reclaim their mental health and pursue fulfilling, supportive connections. No. 2. Emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is a form of psychological control where one person deliberately seeks to influence another's emotions or behaviors for their own benefit, often at the expense of the manipulated individual. This manipulation can take many forms, including guilt-tripping, gaslighting, playing the victim, or using emotional blackmail. The goal is typically to undermine the other person's confidence, distort their perception of reality, or coerce them into doing something they might not otherwise do. Emotional manipulators often prey on people's vulnerabilities, exploiting their fears, insecurities, or sense of responsibility in order to maintain control. A common tactic in emotional manipulation is guilt-tripping, where the manipulator makes the other person feel guilty or responsible for their happiness, well-being, or even their failures. This tactic can pressure the victim into prioritizing the manipulator's needs over their own. Another technique is gaslighting, where the manipulator distorts facts, denies previous statements, or twists the truth to make the victim question their memory or sense of reality, leaving them feeling confused and dependent on the manipulator's version of events. One of the most damaging effects of emotional manipulation is its ability to erode self-esteem and self-trust. Over time, the victim may begin to doubt their own feelings, judgments, and perceptions, becoming more reliant on the manipulator for guidance and validation. This creates an imbalance of power where the manipulator controls the relationship by dictating what is acceptable or true. To break free from emotional manipulation, it's important to recognize the signs early on and set clear boundaries. Building self-awareness and maintaining a strong sense of self-worth are key defenses against manipulators. Seeking support from trusted friends, family, or a therapist can also help individuals regain clarity, restore confidence, and re-establish healthy, autonomous relationships. Number 3. Disrespect for virtue. Disrespect for virtue refers to the devaluation or disregard of moral principles such as honesty, integrity, kindness, and fairness in favor of selfishness, deceit, or personal gain. People who exhibit this behavior often undermine or dismiss the importance of these values, either by directly challenging them or by subtly mocking those who strive to uphold them. This can manifest in everyday interactions through dishonesty, manipulation, or unethical conduct, creating a culture where virtuous behavior is seen as naive or unimportant. Such disrespect can have a corrosive effect on personal relationships, communities, and even broader societal norms, as it fosters an environment where integrity and decency are undervalued. In some cases, disrespect for virtue may emerge from a sense of cynicism or a belief that moral values are impractical in the real world. For example, a person may justify lying or cheating because they believe everyone does it, or that the ends justify the means. Over time, this attitude can spread, leading others to question whether adhering to virtue is worthwhile, especially when those who act unethically seem to succeed or face no consequences. This kind of environment encourages a transactional approach to life, where people prioritize self-interest over moral responsibility. The effects of disrespecting virtue can be profound. It undermines trust, weakens bonds between individuals, and erodes the social fabric that depends on shared values of fairness and respect. Relationships and institutions can suffer when there is no expectation of honesty or accountability, leaving people feeling isolated and mistrustful. To counter this, it's essential to reaffirm the importance of virtue, both individually and collectively. By practicing and promoting virtues like honesty, empathy, and responsibility, individuals can contribute to creating a more respectful and principled society. Ultimately, respect for virtue forms the foundation of strong relationships, community cohesion, and ethical leadership. No. 4. Constant complaints and drama. Constant complaints and drama refer to a pattern of behavior where individuals regularly focus on negative aspects of life, often creating unnecessary conflict and emotional turmoil. People who engage in this behavior tend to dwell on problems, exaggerate issues, and shift attention towards their grievances, drawing others into their personal drama. This constant negativity can be exhausting for those around them, leading to strained relationships and emotional fatigue. The complainer often seeks validation or sympathy, but instead of resolving their issues, they repeatedly focus on what's wrong, which can perpetuate a cycle of dissatisfaction and frustration. This behavior can have a significant impact on both the individual and their environment. For the person constantly complaining, it reinforces a victim mentality, making it difficult to see solutions or take proactive steps to improve their situation. For those around them, it creates a toxic atmosphere where positivity and constructive dialogue are overshadowed by negativity. Over time, this can erode the emotional well-being of everyone involved, causing people to distance themselves or become indifferent to the constant stream of complaints. Addressing this issue requires self-awareness and a conscious effort to shift focus from problems to solutions. Learning to manage emotions and practicing gratitude can help individuals break free from this cycle of negativity. For those dealing with someone who frequently complains, setting boundaries and encouraging a more balanced perspective can prevent the drama from dominating interactions, promoting a healthier and more positive environment for everyone involved. No. 5. Pettiness and gossip. Pettiness and gossip are harmful behaviors that undermine trust, respect, and the integrity of relationships. Pettiness involves focusing on trivial or insignificant matters, often with a sense of resentment or hostility, leading to unnecessary conflicts. Individuals who engage in petty behavior may criticize others over minor issues, hold grudges, or make passive-aggressive remarks, which can create tension and prevent meaningful resolutions. On the other hand, gossip refers to speaking negatively about others behind their backs, often spreading rumors or discussing their personal lives without consent. Gossip can damage reputations, break trust, and create divisions within social groups. Both pettiness and gossip often stem from insecurity, jealousy, or a need for attention. People who engage in these behaviors may feel powerless or inadequate, and they use gossip or petty criticisms as a way to elevate themselves by diminishing others. However, this does not lead to real personal growth or improvement. Instead, it fosters a toxic atmosphere where negativity thrives, and positive, productive communication is replaced by judgment and mistrust. The consequences of pettiness and gossip are significant. These behaviors erode the foundations of healthy relationships, such as trust, respect, and open communication, leading to conflicts and feelings of betrayal. They also contribute to a negative social environment where people feel unsafe or uncomfortable being themselves. To counteract pettiness and gossip, it's essential to promote kindness, empathy, and constructive dialogue, focusing on positive qualities, practicing active listening, and addressing issues directly and respectfully can foster healthier, more supportive relationships built on trust and understanding. No. 6. Encouraging dependency. Encouraging dependency refers to a behavior where one person intentionally fosters reliance in others, creating an unhealthy dynamic of control and power imbalance. This often occurs in relationships where one individual, whether consciously or unconsciously, promotes the idea that the other person cannot function or make decisions without their guidance or support. By doing so, they weaken the other person's sense of autonomy and self-reliance, keeping them dependent on the manipulator for emotional, financial, or practical support. While it may appear as caring or protective behavior, encouraging dependency often stems from a desire for control, leading to emotional manipulation or an unhealthy attachment. In relationships, this dynamic can be particularly harmful as it diminishes the dependent individual's self-confidence and ability to think or act independently. The person fostering dependency may constantly offer advice, make decisions on behalf of the other, or discourage them from taking risks or seeking independence. Over time, this creates a cycle where the dependent person feels incapable of handling situations on their own, reinforcing the belief that they need the other's constant guidance. The consequences of this behavior are significant. It stifles personal growth, limits opportunities for self-discovery, and prevents individuals from developing essential life skills. To break this cycle, it's important for individuals to recognize and reclaim their independence by building self-confidence, making decisions for themselves, and seeking support from others who encourage growth rather than dependency. Encouraging mutual respect, autonomy, and personal development is key to forming healthy, balanced relationships. No. 7. Dishonesty. Dishonesty refers to the act of lying, deceiving, or withholding the truth, which can severely damage relationships and erode trust. Whether it manifests as telling outright lies, twisting the truth, or omitting important details, dishonesty undermines the foundation of communication and mutual respect in any relationship. When people are dishonest, they not only deceive others, but also compromise their own integrity. This behavior can create a web of complications, as one lie often leads to another, making it difficult to maintain consistency and trustworthiness over time. The consequences of dishonesty are far-reaching. In personal relationships, dishonesty breeds mistrust, leading to feelings of betrayal, hurt, and resentment. Once trust is broken, it can be challenging to rebuild, and the relationship may suffer long-term damage. In professional settings, dishonesty can lead to a loss of credibility, harm one's reputation, and result in missed opportunities or conflicts. Additionally, dishonesty often comes with a heavy emotional burden, as the person lying must constantly maintain their deception, leading to stress, anxiety, and guilt. To foster healthier, more authentic relationships, honesty is essential. Being truthful promotes transparency, accountability, and trust, which are critical for building strong and lasting connections. While it may sometimes seem easier to lie or withhold the truth, honesty allows for open dialogue and understanding, even when the truth is difficult. By embracing honesty, individuals can develop deeper, more meaningful relationships based on mutual respect and integrity. No. 8. Lack of accountability. A lack of accountability refers to an individual's refusal to take responsibility for their actions, decisions, or mistakes. Instead of owning up to errors, such individuals may shift blame onto others, make excuses, or avoid acknowledging their role in a given situation. This behavior prevents personal growth and damages relationships, as it undermines trust and respect. When people refuse to be accountable, they not only fail to learn from their mistakes, but also create an environment where problems are repeated rather than resolved. In personal and professional contexts, accountability is crucial for fostering trust, collaboration, and progress. The consequences of a lack of accountability are significant. In relationships, it can lead to frustration and resentment, as others feel burdened by the responsibility of dealing with issues that aren't their fault. Over time, this erodes trust and weakens the foundation of the relationship. In workplaces, a lack of accountability can disrupt teamwork, lower morale, and result in poor performance, as individuals are not held responsible for their contributions or errors. To build stronger relationships and environments, accountability is essential. Being accountable means acknowledging mistakes, learning from them, and taking corrective actions. It involves being honest about one's role and accepting the consequences of actions. Practicing accountability fosters integrity, promotes trust, and encourages others to do the same. By holding oneself responsible, individuals can grow, build stronger relationships, and contribute positively to their communities and workplaces. Ultimately, accountability is key to personal development and the success of any relationship or group. 9. Disregard for others' well-being. Disregard for others' well-being refers to behavior in which an individual neglects or intentionally overlooks the needs, feelings, or welfare of those around them. This attitude often stems from selfishness, insensitivity, or a lack of empathy, where one's own interests are prioritized over the health, safety, or happiness of others. People who consistently show disregard for others' well-being may ignore the impact of their actions, dismiss others' concerns, or act in ways that cause harm, whether emotional, physical, or psychological. This behavior can strain relationships, damage trust, and create a toxic environment, whether in personal, social, or professional settings. The consequences of disregarding others' well-being are profound. In personal relationships, it can lead to emotional hurt, feelings of neglect, and isolation. When people feel uncared for or unvalued, their trust and connection to the relationship weaken, often resulting in conflict or estrangement. In communities or workplaces, this behavior fosters an unhealthy environment where collaboration and mutual respect are undermined, making it difficult for teams or groups to function effectively. To counteract this harmful behavior, cultivating empathy and compassion is essential. Understanding the perspectives, needs, and emotions of others allows individuals to make choices that support collective well-being rather than just their own. Prioritizing kindness, showing concern for others, and taking responsibility for how one's actions affect those around them leads to healthier, more supportive relationships. Ultimately, valuing the well-being of others promotes a more harmonious and compassionate environment, benefiting everyone involved. No. 10. Unhealthy relationships. Unhealthy relationships are characterized by negative patterns of behavior that cause emotional, psychological, or even physical harm. These relationships lack mutual respect, trust, and healthy communication, often leaving individuals feeling drained, insecure, or trapped. Unhealthy relationships can occur in various forms: romantic, familial, or even friendships, and typically involve issues such as manipulation, control, dishonesty, or disrespect. Instead of promoting growth and well-being, unhealthy relationships breed conflict, resentment, and emotional pain, making it difficult for individuals to thrive. One of the key signs of an unhealthy relationship is an imbalance of power, where one person consistently dominates or controls the other, leaving little room for equality or mutual decision-making. Emotional manipulation, guilt-tripping, constant criticism, or excessive jealousy are common tactics used to maintain control. Over time, these behaviors can erode self-esteem and create feelings of dependency, making it harder for the individual to recognize the toxic dynamics at play. The impact of unhealthy relationships is significant, leading to long-term emotional and mental health issues, such as anxiety, depression, and a diminished sense of self-worth. It can also cause isolation from supportive friends and family, as the unhealthy relationship takes precedence. To break free from unhealthy relationships, it's important to recognize the warning signs and set clear boundaries. Seeking support from trusted individuals, such as friends, family, or a therapist, can help individuals regain their confidence and perspective. Ultimately, healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and the ability to grow together in a positive and supportive environment. No. 11. Inconsistency in character. Inconsistency in character refers to a pattern of unpredictable or contradictory behavior, where a person's actions, values, or attitudes change frequently or depend on circumstances. This inconsistency can make it difficult to trust or rely on the individual, as their true intentions or beliefs become unclear. In personal and professional relationships, consistency is vital for building trust, as it allows others to know what to expect from someone. When a person behaves inconsistently, it creates confusion, frustration, and doubt, making it challenging to form strong, stable connections. Inconsistent character often manifests in actions that contradict one's stated values or commitments. For example, a person might express loyalty and dependability, but frequently fail to keep promises or show up when needed. This gap between words and actions can lead others to question the individual's integrity and reliability. In relationships, this inconsistency can cause emotional turbulence, as one moment the person may be supportive and kind, and the next distant or dismissive. The effects of inconsistency in character are damaging. It undermines trust, fosters uncertainty, and weakens relationships. People are less likely to invest in connections with someone they cannot count on, or whose behavior shifts unpredictably. To build trust and meaningful relationships, consistency in character is essential. It requires self-awareness, honesty, and a commitment to living in alignment with one's values. By being dependable and maintaining steady, respectful behavior, individuals can create stronger bonds, earn trust, and foster environments of stability and reliability. NO 12. Over-attachment. Over-attachment refers to an excessive emotional dependence on another person, often leading to an unhealthy dynamic in relationships. This phenomenon can occur in romantic partnerships, friendships, or even familial connections, where one individual becomes overly reliant on the other for emotional support, validation, or a sense of identity. Over-attachment often manifests as clinginess, jealousy, or a fear of abandonment, causing the individual to prioritize the other person's needs and desires above their own. While seeking closeness and connection is natural, over-attachment can create an imbalance that stifles personal growth and independence. The consequences of over-attachment can be significant. The individual who is overly attached may experience anxiety when separated from their attachment figure or become distressed by perceived signs of withdrawal or disinterest. This can lead to possessiveness, controlling behavior, or constant reassurance seeking, which can overwhelm the other person and create friction in the relationship. Over time, such dynamics can lead to resentment, burnout, or even the dissolution of the relationship, as the dependent individual may feel unfulfilled and the other person may feel suffocated. To foster healthier relationships, it's essential to cultivate self-awareness and establish a sense of individuality. Developing interests, hobbies, and friendships outside of the primary relationship can help individuals build self-esteem and emotional resilience. Setting healthy boundaries, communicating openly, and encouraging mutual independence can strengthen connections while allowing both individuals to thrive as independent persons. Ultimately, maintaining a balance between attachment and autonomy is crucial for nurturing lasting, healthy relationships. And there you have it, 12 Stoic reasons to distance yourself from someone based on the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Remember, this isn't about cutting people off out of anger or resentment. It's about protecting your inner peace, living virtuously, and staying true to your core values. As the Stoics remind us, we have control over how we react to people and situations, and sometimes that means creating space to keep our lives aligned with what truly matters. If you found value in this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more Stoic philosophy and personal growth content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let me know in the comments how Stoicism has helped you in your relationships, or if you've ever had to distance yourself from someone for the sake of your own well-being. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay grounded and stay stoic.